this was worth sharing because it was a series of comments from South Carolina coach Dawn Staley, who's on a book tour right now, promoting her new book. Congratulations to her. And obviously, one of the legends of the game, one of the legends of the women's game and the game, period. And, was known as a player when I was growing up and has made herself even more known as a coach and has established a culture and a program at South Carolina that really can only be topped perhaps by UConn and Gino Auriemma. And she's done it in a relatively short time. Now, in the midst of that, of course, South Carolina has played Iowa, right? Getting the best of them in the national championship game, losing to them the year prior. And Staley has been involved in some of the subplots with Caitlin Clark due to her role with the Olympic Committee. And look, I think the Olympic thing is going to go down in history, given the talking point, given the attention around Caitlin Clark, given her ability, given the fact that she didn't make the team, the controversy, all that stuff. Like, that's documentary worthy. And people are going to have their opinions about it. I thought she should have been on the team. Obviously, Dawn Staley, after it, said, they were evaluating it on where she was, not where she is when it all went down. Regardless, Staley had several comments about Caitlin Clark on this tour that were all very, very complimentary. And considering the source, obviously those are worth a lot. And one of those was about losing to Caitlin Clark in the NCAA tournament, to Iowa and Caitlin Clark, that is. Van Lathan posted this, and it was about her digesting the toughest loss of her career.
The title of the book, Uncommon Favor, did that come from that interview and you talking with Holly Rowe, or was that always a personal mantra of yours?
I use that phrase when I can't explain what just happened. Because we lost the year before we won the championship. We lost to Iowa in the semifinals. And then that one hurt me really bad. Like it really, the failures hurt more than the victories.
Is that the toughest loss of your career? Of your coaching career,
yeah.
That loss to Iowa, because that was the Caitlin Clark
yeah.
team. That's the toughest loss? Yeah.
Yes.
Why was that so hard?
Not for me, for my players.
For your players.
Like, we had a great team. We had a great team. They did all the right things. Great people, great competitors. So I wanted them to win. I wanted them to go off, with a bang. And when that didn't happen, they were hurt, and that hurt me. Like, that hurt me to my core. Now, it didn't hurt me enough to didn't think there was a God. But I did question, hey, why? I need to know why. I need to know why. But the answer to the why happened a year later. I can show you better than I can tell you.
Right.
So God left me on the why. And then followed it up, and I had no words besides uncommon favor.
The title.
She got her revenge, right? And congratulations to Dawn Staley and the Gamecocks for doing that. They earned that national championship. They were clearly the best team. But you could see the impact of what Clark was able to do with that Iowa program against a juggernaut like South Carolina. Now you fast forward to Caitlin going to the WNBA. And I know Dawn had also said, like, Angel Reese was the rookie of the year early last year, whatever. I mean, lots of things got said. I think when you take what she says in the biggest terms, that's most important. And she also did an interview with Sports Illustrated, more assessing Caitlin Clark's game right now.
With her triple-double first game.
Well, I would say Caitlin will go down as probably one of the best players to ever grace the league. And she's going to probably do it. She's going to probably do it in half of the time that it takes any other great player. Like, when you're able to shoot the ball as well as she does, I think her passing ability, her court vision is second to none. Like, her ability to deliver the basketball makes her like a triple threat. I mean, she rebounds the basketball. She's a big guard. Like, she's a big guard. Like, people don't know. Like, she's legitimately 6 feet.
Yeah.
So she sees over you. She's able to get her shot off on anyone. And I think the fact that they surrounded her with just such great talent you know, a triple double is going to be a normal thing for Caitlin.
Oh, a normal. I mean,
Normal,
triple
like
double.
normal.
Like she is third all time for
Yeah.
triple doubles, and this is her second year in the league.
Yeah, I don't even think she played 40 games. Yet.
No.
Maybe no. She's probably played less than 45 games.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You know, I said online that Caitlin Clark, I think, could average a triple double. Like, it was in her capabilities. I got flamed for it a little bit, but the only thing keeping her back from that, I think, is the length of WNBA games. But Dawn Staley is right on in her assessment. It's always been Clark's court vision, the way she makes everybody better, the way she sees the floor, combined with the way that she can shoot the ball, combined with her size, combined with her strength. You know, really the total package. And that's a basketball mind. That's a basketball coach assessing that right there. And Dawn Staley has also, you know, given it up to Caitlin Clark's impact in the past. She did it after the national championship game, and she did this radio interview a while back expressing a similar sentiment.
I think other people are hating on Caitlin Clark. I think it was more respect for the history of the game. So I think it comes from that perspective, because when you think of some of the greats, because when you throw around the greatest college basketball player ever, I think of Breanna Stewart, who won 4 championships. I do. Like, I'm never going to forget that, because she banged it on our head all 4 years. And then when I think about Caitlin Clark, I do think she's one of the greatest. Like, she's the greatest of her time. That's how she's the greatest of her time. And I want women's basketball to grow. And I'm not too shy about saying why it grows. She's made it grow over the past 2 years. And I'm actually going to go back to her freshman year, when she was killing then, when nobody wanted to talk about Caitlin Clark, because, you know, Paige Beckers was all of that. Deserving so. But I saw Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark won my Dawn Staley Award in her freshman year, when everything was about Paige Becker. And it's nothing to take away from Paige Becker, but it's everything to say that we need to make sure that we're telling the stories of our entire game. So sometimes you have to go against the masses to really cut down and say what's happening, you know, in real time. Caitlin Clark is the sole reason why viewership has shot through the roof for our game. Sole reason.
The sole reason why viewership has shot through the roof for our game. So a lot of credit there, a lot of kind words there from Dawn Staley. So considering the recent comments, thought it was worth tying back to those comments, and salute to Dawn Staley for keeping it real about Caitlin Clark, even though you know, there's a part of her that's like, still about that loss to Iowa before the Gamecocks won the national championship.